what do you want to start with? Should we start with the best forwards in the draft? Because, I mean, the draft will start with 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 straight forwards.
Yeah, let's go forwards, defensemen, goalies, then our favorites.
I feel like it's a goalie-friendly show. We should probably do the tendies first, no?
I mean,
Let's get him out of the way. Let's get him out of the way. Let's do the
that means it's like a chore. Let's get it out of the way.
Oh, we love our tendies. We want to start there. And one of my hottest takes in the draft is about one of the goalies here, who I am pretty high on. And we just did 5 goalies. We're going to do 10 of each of the others. Now, I don't think it's going to be very entertaining if we just read them off. So I'm going to ask you this, Pilsy. Why is Trey Augustine your number 1 goalie?
I chose Trey Augustine as my number 1 goalie, Ross, just because, and for lack of a better term, I know there's a better way to say this, but innocent until proven guilty type thing. Like, he played on the US NTDP program. His numbers and stats are absolutely insane. Barely lost any games in regulation.
He makes the Hamburglar look like just a walk in the park.
Honestly, yeah, which is saying something. So, like, when we first profiled him, I was like, I'm kind of, that's a bit of a nervous thing for me. What happens when he's not playing on the greatest team in the country? Like, is he going to be that good?
And he's 6 feet tall.
But that's all we have to go with is how good he's been. So I decided, you know what? Goalies are voodoo. I'm going to go with the goalie that I can't fault him for being on the best team. So I'm going to go with Trey Augustine as my top guy.
Okay. I'm going to highlight Jacob Fowler, who I have as number 2 on my list. Champion.
Yep.
Ridiculous numbers everywhere. And I'm just stoked to see him go to Boston College and play with all that young talent that's there. I think he could be the biggest riser when we do this next year. And we're like, hey, man, look at these goalies we ranked last year. Jacob Fowler went 100th overall. What the heck? So I've got Jacob Fowler super high on my list at number 2. My number 1 goalie is Michael Hrabal, who you have number 2. And Hrabel's just kind of like that prototypical. He's 6'4", big body, can move well, good rebound control. And Adam Guyan, who the photo on your side is, by the way, as well, he's just a big game goalie and also 6'5". And I think it helps that he's a overager, a +1 overager, because you're a year closer to seeing him fulfill his potential. So those are the goalies there. If you're looking on YouTube, you can then just see the name and search in the search bar. We've got profiles on every single one of the players that we're going to discuss today. So those are the goalies in this draft, which I think is like a pretty strong draft for goalies, right? Last year, there wasn't much. The year before, we had the 2 goalies go in the first round in Sebastian Cossa and Jesper Wallstedt. But then there was no real goalies after that, too. So I think this year, the entire group of goalies is pretty solid.
I think the second round is where the goalies are going to flourish in this draft.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be shocked if we get a goalie in the first, Ross.
Kind of like 2019, right? The 2019 draft.
Yeah.
We saw we had 1 goalie in the first round as well, in Spencer Knight. But then there was that run of goalies in the second round where
it was 4 of them.
Kochetkov went to Carolina. Yep. And then with the next pick, Mads Søgaard went to Ottawa. Later on in that draft, Hunter Jones went to Minnesota as well. And then early in the 4th round, Buffalo took a goalie too, Eric Portillo. So hopefully, this round, second round of the goalies is what I'm hopeful for.